Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel. Now for today's video I have a super exciting one because we are going to be doing a bunch of new in Revolution Beauty. I have a whole box here that I ordered the other day, sneak peek at some of the products. There is a lot of newness. I haven't done one of these videos in a long while and I literally have been filming this video for so long. My battery is literally half drained, which is hilarious, but we have definitely got some ups and downs in this video, so if you'd like to see all the products I use and what I thought of them, then please keep watching. It feels so good sitting down and filming again. I feel like I've not done a sit down video in quite a while now. I've been just smashing out the declutter videos, but we're finally going to be getting back into some makeup content. So obviously today, as you know, we're testing out a bunch of new in Revolution products and we are going to be starting off with this, which has quite literally just launched. I think it launched last week maybe, or the week before. This is their Everything Base palette. This does retail for £12.99, but what I didn't realise at first is that it's actually got 6 shades on the back and 6 shades at the front. I thought it was just for £6, so I thought, oh, that's a bit steep. But there is actually 12 shades of this in total, and you have everything from actual base, concealer, correctors, blushes, bronzers, highlights. So obviously the idea of this is that you can do all of your cream products in one palette. Beauty Bay did one of these a little while ago. I found those ones to be a little bit more on the oily side, so I'm really intrigued to see what the formula will be like with this. There are 3 variations of this: light, medium and dark. Obviously I bought the light version. And guys, I'm going to do everything with this. I'm going to do foundation, concealer, corrector, everything. All my cream products I'm going to do. It doesn't mention foundation, it says concealer, but oh well, I'm going to use it. Okay, so there is actually a bit of plastic in the middle separating the 2 parts, which I think is quite handy and good for hygiene reasons. So this is the first half of the palette. We have the, what we would say, foundation, concealer shades, and then we also have the colour correcting. And then this is the second half of the palette where we have a cool toned bronze, a warm bronzer, we have a pinky blush and a peachy orangey blush, and then 2 different types of highlighters. So I do feel like they have covered quite, it cut me off, but basically I was saying I do feel like they've covered quite a good shade range in this light palette. I just think I maybe could have done with a lighter colour. With this we're going to be using a few different products for my base because I also have this Jelly Shine cream highlight, so we might have to use one from the palette on one side and this on the other. And then I also have one of these, which is the Bouncy blushes, so I might have to use the orangey blush just so it slightly matches with this. But let's just get on into it. I feel like a brush is definitely going to be the best way to apply these, so I'm hoping it works for me. But I'm going to take this shade here, I'm going to just dab my brush in it like this. I will say, based off of how it actually looks, it's not giving oily grease, you know what I mean? Okay, not bad. I just realised I should be colour correcting before I'm doing this, so guys, I'm a bit flustered. Can you tell that I've not filmed in a long time? I'm forgetting things. Before I go in with that, I'm going to take the green. I'm going to take this on the places where I do have quite a bit of redness. My skin actually isn't that bad at the moment, to be fair. I'm going to flip the brush around and I'm going to take a bit of this pinky peachy shade. I'm not sure how well this will work on me. I am finding that this is quite a sheer product. I think because it is that more cream, it is definitely a bit more on the sheerer side. I'm having to sort of like build the product up a little bit. I just want to brighten up these inner corners of my eye. Yeah, that definitely has worked to brighten that up. I'll leave it there at the colour correcting. What I will say is only a little bit of it is shiny. You can see the shine a little bit on my nose, but I feel like on the rest of my face, like especially where I've put that green, it doesn't look super wet and shiny, which I was expecting more of like this effect because it is that more cream, but it's not looking too bad. My only worry is as soon as I start putting this over the top, it's just going to swipe it away. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and wait all day, so let's just start taking this on the brush. I'm going to try and pick up a lot because I feel like I'm going to need a lot. And I'm just going to start building it up on my cheeks. Honestly, not that bad. Obviously I have to keep going back in because it's not giving me as much product as obviously I want and that I would usually want in a foundation. And I'm not going to say anything negative about that because it doesn't say to use it as foundation, but I am using it as foundation just to see what it will look like all over the skin. Okay, so this is my skin with my foundation colour on, and not that bad. It is a very light coverage. I didn't expect anything more than that though, to be honest with you. I feel like it's gone over the green really well and definitely calmed down the redness and some of the spots that were quite dark. I can definitely feel it on my face because it is that more solid like cream formula, but honestly I think the coverage looks really good. I definitely prefer a fuller coverage, but really not that bad. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this colour here, which is the lightest. It does look quite yellowy, but let's see. And then this one is going to be my concealer. Definitely going to need a sponge because I need to sort of blend that out. But colour, again, not too bad. I think it is because it's on the moisture side. You can't really see the yellowness as much. I'm just taking a sponge to just blend out this under eye a little bit because it looks a bit messy. This is now my complexion with the foundation and concealer shades. And again, really not looking that bad. Is this a product I can see myself reaching for specifically for foundation and concealer? Probably not. I do prefer my fuller coverage and something that's just a little bit easier to use because obviously you need to keep going back in with this to get this desired sort of coverage. But I can't deny that the products don't actually look that bad considering it's from a solid cream palette. Do you know what I mean? Okay, now I'm going to head over to the other side and I'm going to take this bronzer colour here. I picked up quite a lot of that on my brush. Now I'm going to start blending it. That bronzer is actually really nice. It goes on a lot more creamier, I'd say, over the foundation and concealer shades that I use. Like, I only had to go in, dab in to do each section rather than, like, go back over each section with more dips, if that makes sense. So, this is actually a really nice bronzer colour. I like that, and it's definitely a lot creamier. I think you can see the shininess there of them. And then for blush and highlight, obviously we've got those other products as well, but I'll just do one cheek with these products and then I'll move on to the other products. So I'm going to take this peachy orangey colour there because it matches more with the Bouncy blur. This is very shiny. Hopefully you can see that, but oh, very pigmented as well actually. So I'm just going to tap off some excess because that is a very pigmented cream blush. Can I also say as well, I'm looking really smooth, especially like here where I have quite big pores. Again, I do have that primer on underneath, but I never not do my makeup with that primer. It looks so smooth. Like, these products are not like slipping and sliding, sitting on top of my skin. Like, they actually have all blended together really nicely and sunk into my skin. Again, really easy to apply, like the bronzer. And again, you can see it is that slightly more shinier sort of texture, which I'm not sure a lot of people will like, but can't deny that it's not pigmented. And then I'm going to take this highlighter in there because I think it looks the most like this, but it's definitely not going to look the same. I'm going to take it on a very small brush because I want to concentrate this just in one area. I'm just going to pick it up on the brush and I'm going to pop this on my cheekbone. Okay, not bad. You can definitely see that off the lights there, but it is a very natural sort of dewy highlighter, and then there is a few specks of glitter in there. I definitely think using a brush is going to be better because, especially if you want a little bit more pigment, if you want that very natural glow look, then definitely use a sponge. Also, the lines under my eyes right now are crazy. Okay, so it's not good for creasing. Okay, so that's sort of all the products used in this palette. I'm not going to lie, probably won't be something I'll use on the everyday just because of the type of product that it is. But I do love how pigmented the bronzer and the blushes are. And honestly, if you need something that's going to be easy to just throw in a bag and take traveling with you, this could be your new best friend. I think for me, I would definitely use a foundation and concealer separately and then go to this palette, because it's just very time consuming, especially for the foundation and concealer, having to go back in with the products over and over again just to get like the desired coverage. But that is what I will say about it. The coverage is actually really nice considering it's a solid cream palette, and my complexion actually doesn't look that bad. Only thing is the creasing under the eyes, which I'm not a fan of. I think for £13 to get various steps of your makeup routine, it is good value for money. If it was only the 6 shades, I would have said it's expensive, but you get correcting, concealing, bronzing, blush, highlighter, like, and foundation if you want to use it for that as well. I think that's quite good for £13, so I will say that. Okay, let's move on to the other cream-based products. So firstly, we have the Bouncy blush. This has actually been out for quite a while now. I honestly just haven't managed to pick them up. These are £6.99. I actually think that's quite expensive. This is quite a small compact. I was expecting it to be a little bit bigger, but here we go. This is the shade Coral Blur Burst, and I think this is like a, yeah, it's like a squishy type of product. I was worried I was going to break it then, but I didn't. I think this is a cream to powder blush, quite like the rare ones, and what's the, I can't remember what the other brand is. There's another brand that do them as well, but I really love them because they look nice and matte on the skin once you've applied it, even though they're like a cream. So I'm just going to pick some up on a brush. Wow, okay, that's very pigmented. And I'm going to pop this on the other side. Yeah, do you see what I mean? Like, it is a pretty cream to powder texture. Very nicely pigmented as well. I think my cheeks actually look quite similar, which is good. But yeah, I love this new formulation of blushes because I love a matte finish, and these cream to powders do just that, and they don't mess up your makeup underneath. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like once I've set all my base down, which I cannot wait to do. But as for on top of just my creams, it is very nicely pigmented and it hasn't disrupted anything underneath. I kind of knew I was going to like these anyway. The only thing I will say is I think it's quite expensive for such a tiny little blush, but hey ho. I do actually have, I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but I do actually have an affiliated 15% off code for Revolution. So I will link that down below for you, and you can get 15% off your orders. But obviously it is a commission link, so I will earn a little bit of commission if you order through that link. But it would really help me out, and plus you get 15% off. Okay, now to try the last cream product, thank goodness. This is the Jelly Shine Eye, Face and Body. Again, this has been out for quite a while. I've just not got round to using it. Now, we've had quite the mixture of experiences with these jelly products that they've brought out. I loved the jelly sticks. I thought they were a really good dupe for the Milk ones. Did not like the bronzer jelly at all. There was just like no pigment to it whatsoever. And then yeah, I've not seen anyone talk about these, so I'm very intrigued. I got the shade A Refill Pink. There is a few other shades on there as well. There's like a silver, a gold, and a mermaid green. I must admit, that looks absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness. That is stunning. I'm going to swatch that on my hand first, actually. Oh, it feels very cooling. Oh my god. It is straight up like pink glitter. Oh my god. The green one would be absolutely insane. That looks so pretty. And do you know what? Oh my god, it's pink to gold. It's pink to gold. Hang on. See, gold, pink, gold, pink. This low-key could be a really good product. Okay. I'm going to be brave and I'm going to apply it directly to the skin. Do I think this is a good idea in particular? Not really, but it went on so smoothly on my hand. I feel like it could go on quite smoothly on the cheeks. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep, look at that. Oh my God. How are people not talking about this? I need to match it on my other side because I'm just going to have like one glittery pink cheek. Oh my God, it feels so like cold and wet on the skin. Why are people not talking about this? Granted, not a lot of people love the whole glitter look, but you know, for festivals, for Halloween. No, sorry, why is no one talking about this? That is beautiful. It is £6.99 again, which is, you know, quite expensive for Revolution, but pure glitter on your cheekbones like that, it looks very pretty. Listen, is it a product I'm going to use on the everyday basis? Absolutely not. I don't really use a lot of glitter on my cheekbones, but look how stunning that looks on the skin. I'm very intrigued to know what this looks like now when I set my base down, because I'm not sure how that would look on top of powder. I feel like that would disrupt it underneath. You can also use these for your eyes and your body, so you can just like maybe like sweep it over the collarbones. Oh my God. Okay, that's a really pretty product. It's finally time to set down our base, thank goodness. I'm going to be using this. This is not new, but it's newly packaged. This is the loose baking powder in the shade Lace for fair to medium skin tones. Now, I am going to take credit for this, and Lizzie as well, because she was also there. We was at a focus group, I think it might have been the start of last year, and we said to them that the old packaging was horrific, and the lady said to us, oh really? I've never thought of it like this, blah blah blah, like, and saying it as if they've never even thought to change the packaging of these. So I am going to take credit alongside Lizzie. We're going to share that 50-50. This packaging is, while still not the best loose powder packaging in the world, it is definitely a lot better. Now, I actually decluttered all my old packaging powders because I don't use it because of how bad the packaging was. There was just like no room to pour powder out. There's no room to put your brush, whereas these ones are a lot better. I used it for the water H2O powder, which by the way was awful. But I'm hoping now I can now reach for these because the packaging's a lot better. So basically it has a flip up lid and your powder's in there. And this tie round, you have a bigger surface area to pour your powder. Although, my goodness, a lot of powder just come out of that. And yeah, it's just a lot better, a vast improvement. So I will give it to them for doing that. These, again, Revolution's favourite price, £6.99. Look how smooth that looks. I feel like they've changed the formula of this as well, you know. I swear, when I first started using this, it had a bit of a sheen to it. I probably filmed with it. But this genuinely looks matte and blurred. Okay. This is going to make me start using this powder a lot more. I like the formula of this. It's definitely changed. Packaging 10 times better. I also think they've improved the formula because I don't remember it being this smooth and matte. I don't think powders have ever really been their strong point, but if they have reformulated this and I'm correct, this is a very good powder. I also want to talk about this because this is new, and someone actually commented asking if I could do a little review on this, and I actually have the Huda powder, so I want to see if this is a dupe of this. I think Huda was one of the first brands to do such a bright pinky purple colour like this. This is for fair to medium skin tones, I believe. So, and it does actually say that, oh, it says light to medium. We're gonna see if it works. I don't use this powder all under my eye. I just sort of use it at the edge and blend it into my blush sort of thing, because yeah, I am quite fair and it doesn't look the best on me. Okay, it's a bit hard to tell, but this one is Revolution and this one is Huda. What I'll say about Huda is it looks ever so slightly more pink than the Revolution, whereas yeah, Revolution is like straight up lilac purple. It also looks a little bit more pigmented in colour, as in the purple will show up quite a bit, whereas on this one it does look more pinky and a bit more brightening. So we shall see. So I've got a little bit in the lid. I don't want to use too much because I know this shade is not going to look amazing on my skin tone. But I'm just going to tap off the excess, just so it's not too heavy. And I'm going to sort of blend it upwards. Okay, now I'm just sort of blending it all the way. Okay, bro. Okay, I think the Revolution one is a bit too purple for me, which really sucks because I really wanted this to work. I like the Huda one because it does have that more brightening effect to it. But did I put too much on? But then I'm just like, well, I'm just barely using any product. Do you know what I mean? It says for light to medium. Maybe I'm just a bit too pale for it. Maybe it's just for skin tones that are on the cusp of medium to medium, do you know what I mean? And not that it can work for fair skin. I mean, I'm sure it would have said fair skin, but I just wanted to give it a try and see if it would work for me. I think you can definitely see that it is sort of blending really nicely in with my blush up here, but it's not, I don't think it looks that good on me, on my skin tone. Okay, so this is my complexion using all of those new products plus a little bit of P. Louise powder. Not gonna lie, base is not looking too shabby, okay? Not my favourite types of products to use, but makeup is looking decent. Okay, I'm back. I finished my complexion. I just used this Beauty Bay blush, bronze and highlight palette to finish my complexion. I could definitely see the pink glitter speckles like underneath, but I need a bit more highlight than that, so I did apply some of that on top as well as the blusher and bronzer, and then I just used the Revolution Super Fix Super Hold misting spray just to set everything down. So this is everything all done on my complexion, and now we're going to move on to the eyes. I noticed this a little while ago on their new in page and I was like, I definitely want that in my collection. So this is the Master Icon palette. Right, I'm amazed that none of that smashed, by the way. We are going to use it, nevertheless. Unless it can clip back in, I'm not sure. I'll have a look. But anyway, this is the palette. It is an all matte neutral eyeshadow palette alongside two creams. The cream's not really something I would use, but, you know, it is what it is. I think this is perfect for the everyday. It has got everything you could possibly need in it. And I just thought, you know what? Quick and easy drugstore palette. That is what we need. Oh, it clips in. Okay. We might be all right, but I have taken a picture of it anyway. They have come out with a few more different ones. I think they've come out with a cherry one, a refill nudes. There is a couple others with it as well, but this one just caught my eye the most just because I just think it's such an everyday like essential. I definitely wanted this in my collection. They are £8.99, so yeah, a little bit on the pricey side for Revolution, but I have got a code for you to use. I have zoomed you guys in. I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on. Honestly, don't need a lot of it. These lights are giving me a headache today. I feel so tired. I'm not going to lie. I was a bit hungover yesterday. Well, I was incredibly hungover yesterday because I had a girls' little spooky night at my house. And yeah, we had quite a bit to drink. And I feel like I'm having like a 2-day hangover from it. By the way, I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but I do actually have a home TikTok and I am uploading every single day on there at the moment. It's all basically like cozy content. So if you love this time of year, I definitely recommend giving me a follow over there because, as I say, uploading every single day. And obviously in the month of October, we're doing a lot of stuff that is like spooky themed. So definitely check that out. There's not like tons you can do with an all matte palette, but we are going to do something that's incredibly everyday. I'm going to take this shade here. As well with these is obviously, there's no names in the palette, so it takes away from that. Oh, I'm going to use blah blah in the crease. I'm just going to use this neutral brown shade in the crease. Very nicely pigmented. Next, I'm going to take this shade here. I love the gradients in this palette. I think it's perfect. Why have I still got this mermaid brush in my collection, honestly? Has anyone else still got theirs? I feel like we all bought them from eBay at one point. The shades are very kickbacky in the pan, but I don't mind when they're pigmented because at least they're pigmented. Okay, and then I'm going to take this pale shade here and I'm going to blend that up the top. Okay, I'm going to take like a bit of a pointed brush And I'm going to take this cool toned shade down here. And I'm going to sort of like start a wing. Sort of blend that to the front. Using another sort of like light shade just to like blend that all together. I'm going to take a clean brush and I'm going to take some of this white. Just going to blend it at the very, very top. Just to sort of like clean that up a bit. I feel like it was quite harsh at the top of my brow bone, but this is doing the trick to just sort of soften it a little bit. At the front of my lid, it will just brighten it up for us. God, that is such a pigmented white, can I just say. For a drugstore shadow, that is a very pigmented white. I'm going to take this like middle bottom shade and I'm going to pop that on my lower lash line. Don't know how well you'll see this. And then also for the eyes, these have launched very recently alongside some mascaras, but I'm not going to lie guys, I didn't buy the mascara just because I have tons of them. If you'd seen my recent declutters, I have got far too many mascaras. I don't need any more. I honestly feel like these also look like mascaras they've brought out in the past, so I'm not sure. I will say that they have brought them out in 3 shades, burgundy, mocha brown, and black. So that's sort of the brown version of it, and it's called Fierce. You have the Fierce mascaras, what they're called, Fierce Colour Brown Mascara, and then you've got that in the other shades. And then here I've got the Fierce Flick eyeliners. I had to bin so many of my eyeliners because they're really old, and when I saw these new ones I thought, oh perfect, I'll get one of these ones, and I got the brown version. So this is £5.99. It's already got 1 5-star review, so that's a good sign. So this is the tip. I'm not gonna lie, these are the types of eyeliners I prefer. I don't mind the brush tip ones, but I just feel like these are easier to use, do you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna do a little brown wing. Wow, that is a very pigmented brown liner. It's very pigmented. Like, look how pigmented that is. Wow. Let's see if it dries down matte as well. The tip is quite thick, so I feel like you have to be careful. Okay, I need to clean this wing up because that is, yeah, not the same. This is the eyeliner done. Super pigmented eyeliner, and I feel like it has dried down quite matte. Maybe a tiny little bit shiny, but majority matte, I'd say. That is a very good eyeliner, and honestly this might be one of my favourite liners that they've done today. The colour is really nice as well. It definitely is that dark brown colour. I really like this. I'm not going to lie, I definitely can see myself using this on a regular basis of when I do lashes, if that makes sense. Because I don't wear eyeliner right every day, but when I wear lashes I do put eyeliner on as well. Okay, so I finished my eyes. I used my brown version of the Wrap Lash Mascara. This is actually such a good mascara. I really like this. So these are what my lashes are looking like. I could have put lashes on, like false ones, but really couldn't be bothered. I'm actually getting a really bad headache sitting in front of these lights. But anyway, moving on to the lips, we actually have new lip products to try. I also got this free with my order. It's a Revolution Pro lip kit in the shade Seduction, so thank you very much. Now this is not new to me because I have actually tried this before, but it is a new shade because this is the shade that I actually wanted over the other one I got, and I have used that other one, by the way, so many times. It is just more on the pinky side of colours, whereas this is like a brownie one, and that is something that I would generally use all the time. And yeah, that pink one I have used over and over again. Even in some pictures you can see like where my lipstick has worn off, but the lip line is still very much there. So I'm excited to use that. This is in the shade Nude Talk. And then this is new. This is another version of their like blur liquid lipsticks. This is the Star Blur Shimmer Matte in the shade Moonlit Rose. This is like a liquid lipstick, but I think it has like specks of shimmer in it when you rub your lips together. Do you know that trend that went around years ago? They have decided to do that now, so I don't know, we're going to give it a go. Firstly though, I am going to show you this lip liner. I do feel like the brush is a little bit temperamental, but once you get used to it, it makes it a lot easier. So I'm not going to talk because I'll mess this up, but I'm going to line my lips with this. Okay, this is the lip line I'm going to do, and I'm going to let that dry for 30 seconds. Yeah, the brush on here is not the best. There's definitely other products on the market that I think have a better applicator, but I'm sort of like used to it now, so it's not too bad. But the colour already looks so much better. I'm really happy with that. And to be honest with you, I'm laughing because the pinky one would probably have gone better with that shade because it is quite a mauvey tone. It's okay. Some people leave these on like while they're getting ready, like the rest of their makeup, but to speed up time, I am going to do this now. So you should literally just be able to peel it all the way off. I'm checking my mic was on there. It is. Yes, that colour is a bit of me. Don't get me wrong, I'll still use the other one, but this colour is just a bit more brownie toned. And there we have it, my brownie lip line. I'm very happy. This will last all day. And what I also really like about this is you could apply like a really thin layer and it would still come off. It's not going to stay like stuck down sort of thing. Like, it is very easy to remove. I do use tweezers. I don't know if you should be, but that is just how I find the easiest way. I've got nails and sometimes I just find it difficult to like pinch the sort of edge of it. But yeah, I really enjoy that. And this colour, very happy with. Okay, let's get started on this. So let me just quickly read about it first because I need to know what I'm talking about. Mattes are back, and this season they're about to get a whole lot more sparkly. Take your pick from 5 buttery soft wearable liquid lip shades. The best part, these transform with a twinkling press to reveal effect so that you're left with a star-studded finish. Okay, so yeah, basically like the liquid lips we had back in the day. So this is the colour Moonlit Rose. I just felt like it was a bit more autumnal, I don't know, but there is a slightly more browny shade that if I like these, I may pick that one up. I love these liquid lips. I can sort of already see it. I'm trying not to press my lips together too much. So smooth. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit. Okay, let's see. Okay, you can definitely see the glitters in that. Oh wow, yes, you can definitely see that. I actually need the red one for Christmas. That is so pretty. And do you know what I love about these? Because obviously back in the day it was them dry matte liquid lipsticks and then you press to reveal, whereas these are comfortable and you get that beautiful glitter effect. I really like this. Do you know what? I wasn't expecting to love these, but I must admit, I feel like if you like a very comfortable liquid lipstick but you do love that sparkly effect, definitely pick these up. This is perfect for party season. I love this for autumn and winter, but I kind of feel like I'm adding the red to my basket right now. And there's also Frosted Petal, which is more of a nudie shade, which I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but it's like a peachy sort of nudie colour. I've added both to my basket. I'm really impressed with that. I love the sparkle in it, and the liquid lip itself is super comfortable. So I'm very happy with that. This has been an extremely long video testing out a bunch of new in Revolution. I really hope you enjoyed it. I loved everything. The only thing is I don't think lilac works for fair skin tone. So if you have got the same skin tone as me, I don't think that's worth picking up. And also, this is a great product, but I just can't see me reaching for a lot based on like the more shades like up this end. Like the bronzer, blush, beautiful products, but you know, it is a full palette filled with colours, and do you really want to buy it just for the blush and bronzers? Do you know what I mean? So it is a good product, but probably not something I'd reach for on the regular basis. However, everything else I'm really impressed with. Even that jelly highlighter stick, not a product I'll reach for a lot, but the glitter effect on it, absolutely stunning. Love the palette. The shades are a little bit kickbacky, but they're super pigmented. Loved the eyeliner. Love the lip product. So also the blush, I've put it up here so I missed it, but I also really love this as well. So I feel like we've had a fairly positive, good video today. I'm so happy because I feel like I haven't reviewed anything Revolution in so long. So definitely let me know down below if you enjoyed today's video, and are you going to pick up anything? I would love to know. Okay, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.